to that later. I generally face the same day-to-day problems as every other person, except that when every other person gets stuck, they have their friends and associates to back them up. I don't. I know that you don't want to hear me describe my admittedly less than fascinating lifestyle, so instead I'll describe my day with a much more interesting allegory. I used to find joy in the company of others. Now I have the company of myself. My attention is stolen by a green square on the other end of the room. I want to be its friend more than anything I've ever wanted. The square does not react to my approach. Does it notice me? Or is it only pretending not to notice me? Which would be worse? Up close I can see that the green square is actually a door. I see that we can be friends anyway. I decide to move to the next room. I feel confused and a bit tingly, but mostly confused. I briefly attempt to think of something to think. Nothing worthwhile emerges. I haven't talked to anyone lately, but at least I can solve my own problems. And I see a wall blocking my path to the exit. I am dissatisfied. The area down below is irritatingly spacious. I notice a strange force field in this room. I become gradually more and more curious. I find myself unable to comprehend the purposes of this force field. It doesn't seem to block me at all. A staircase. Staring at this worthless large staircase, I reflect on my past struggles. I search for reasons why I don't desire companionship. I set on the avoidance of the issue. I can clearly get by without others. Anyway, I find myself unable to leave the question alone. Why can I not be with other people? I've gotten used to the idea of solving mental problems. I think back to the first day that Catherine and I met. Our paths converged, and suddenly we were a team. This was before I was as reclusive as I have become today, so I had not learned to truly multitask yet. That talent grew out of simple necessity. Her approach was quiet, as my response. The connection was instant and unmistakable. A team. Mutual. Perfect. I wasn't let it go. When we faced a problem, we would solve it together. Today I find myself solving the same problems alone. I was underappreciative, plain and simple. I didn't understand how much I needed